Excellent.
There we go. And that, and then there we go. Fantastic. Well, welcome, everybody. It is Saturday, September 17th, and we are almost ready to get started with the AMAs. Our Ask Me Anything with the amazing, so many words describe this gentleman. The amazing, the award winning, the mentor, the friend, just the overall amazing human
One,
doing.
give me one break here. I'll
I
pick.
just got that person, if that's who
Oh,
you're.
okay.
Yeah. So we so appreciate everybody coming, joining us, and participating in today's Ask Me.
Sorry, Craig. Sorry, Craig.
There we go. You get to ask a question to our amazing millionaire mentor, Robert Hollis, and he is going to answer the question. Doesn't matter. No questions off limits. So this is your chance to talk with Robert. Couple of things before we get started. We are now broadcasting both on Facebook and on Zoom. So those of you that are watching on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everybody for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. You can ask a question on Facebook by typing question in the chat and then typing the question. And what we will do here is ask that question of you. Matthew Hollis, Robert's son, and I are both monitoring, so we will get the questions and transfer them over to myself, who will be asking the questions of Robert if you write them down. You can also participate with us on Zoom. Now, Zoom can go two ways. You can also, in the chat, type your question preceded by the word question or a Q, and then type the question in the chat. We'll monitor it, we'll pick it up, we'll ask the question. Or, which I have a feeling Mr. Bill Shoemaker, who already has his hand up, will want to do, is to ask the question of Robert himself. That's also fine, but you got to be on Zoom in order to do that. So if you're watching on Facebook, go to roberthollis.com/AMA. You'll get the Zoom account. You should be able to come in from there. Just make sure you sign in. For everybody else, we are here. We are ready. And we are going to get started. And it is my pleasure, as it has been for many, many years, to introduce this amazing man. He is a teacher. He is a leader, but he is also a very caring person. And you get to find that out when you meet, understand, and get to know Robert Hollis. Top to bottom, he is interested in not just becoming a success, but he is interested in you becoming a success. In fact, I almost think that's a little more important in many cases, that you get to experience what Robert is able to experience. And he wants to share that with you. And that's why we do Ask Me Anything. So you have that chance to share a little bit with him, ask a question. What was his path? What is your path? And head in the right direction. So without further ado, let's get Ask Me Anything started. And we're going to ask Robert maybe to say a few words as we go ahead and bring people on. Again, if you have a question, I shared with you how to do that. If you're in Zoom, I'm going to put how to ask or question or participate. You can raise your hand and we will call upon you. There is a button in the buttons below the screen in Zoom that says reactions. And one of those reactions is raise hand. So if you click on that button, we'll call on you. Or in the chat, you can go ahead and just click on, there's a button below the participants. Open up the participants window by clicking on the participants button in Zoom. And then scrolling down, you'll see a button there that says raise hand. It's either there or in the selection of triple dots. So let's get this baby started. I've had enough of my talking. I know I'm going to be talking throughout, but Robert, we want to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience as we get things started. It's Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis.
Oh my God, Craig, thank you so much. I pray that each and every one of you one day, feel like I feel when Craig introduces me. I mean, it is just Craig's introduce me in front of tens of thousands of people. Golly, yeah, that's probably an underestimate of how many people Craig has introduced me in front of. And I just pray that every one of you one day get introduced that way. So Craig, thank you so much. I still believe, that you're the best MC on the planet, and I'm so blessed to have you on here and help monitoring. So thank you very much, Craig. And
Thank you.
my little statement that I want to say today is I just posted it in the group. I don't know why it's not like just popping up of what it is, but it's called the legacy, the true story of the LA Lakers. And as my wife and I are going through each one of these, I know I brought up before another one that my wife and I watched was darn it, with the one with Michael Jordan, The Drive or something. I forget what it was.
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Thank you, Matthew. He's like, hey, but here's something I just want to say in a quick statement, because I don't know the history of the Lakers. You know what I mean? So I just thought this was really, really amazing that they hired a coach, and all of a sudden, the team is not performing. In fact, they won a couple of world championships, I think 3. They won 3 in 5 years. And then all of a sudden, Kareem left, Magic Johnson left, and they started bringing in other coaches. And I don't want to throw this guy under the bus, but everyone called him like the best coach in the world, which is a guy named Dale Franklin, I think his name was. And so they're last place. And listen closely, you guys, because some of you are going to get this right away. He's a trainer. He's a trainer. When they said as a coach, he trains the basics of the way that he knows that things should be done. And they were last place. They're every time they went to a final during that time, they would get swept. I mean, it's in 7 games to try to win a world championship, and the team comes in and beats you 4 games in a row. That's the worst thing that can possibly happen to you. And it's probably worse if you've already been knowing as a world championship team. So Jerry Buss, the owner, now believes that the only way that they're going to get their glory days back is they pay just this unbelievable amount of money to a guy named Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, right? And guess who they also got in a draft pick? Kobe Bryant. So I know that a lot of you that know anything about sports know who Shaquille O'Neal is and know who Kobe Bryant is. Here's something that I learned in the legacy of the true story of the Lakers. How many of you guys know that these two incredible basketball players played together for 2 years and got swept? No one knows that story. So you got Kobe Bryant, you got Shaquille O'Neal come in, and these other great basketball players, and it doesn't make a difference if they have star players. The way that Dale Franklin was teaching them how to play the game of basketball, listen closely, that he knew how to do in the prior decades. Are you guys listening? And you got these 2 incredible basketball players. One young player went up, I guess, and Dale Franklin got so mad at him that Dale Franklin slapped the ball out of his hand. And I guess all the players came directly at Dale Franklin. And then all of a sudden they're at with Jerry Buss and Shaquille O'Neal, and both Kobe said, if you don't get rid of this coach, I'm freaking going to another team. Let me out of my contract. This is not working. And I thought it was really important for each and every one of you to know, because a lot of you, I know, learn stuff from sources that I learned from maybe, but the first goal is not to set an appointment in a phone booth. See, I was taught to do appointments in a phone booth. Why? Because there was no cellular phones. I was taught to do three-way calls. I was taught to drag people to hotel meetings. I was taught to do a PBR, private business reception, invite people into people's homes. I don't do any of that today. Did you guys hear me? I used to do presentations. I don't do that today. I've evolved because of the way the industry is evolving, the way marketing is evolving, the way that people have an 8-second attention span. You know, I've watched people in a couple hour training get up 3 or 4 times, and all while they're at the training, they're looking at their phone or their iPad. We live in a different world. So Jerry Buss wanted to win so bad that they reached out and got this guy that had already won 6 world championships, 2 times won 3 championships in a row with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and that was known as the Chicago Bulls. And listen to what Phil Jackson did. You guys are going to flip out. So Phil Jackson said, I will not come and be the coach for your team unless you have Shaquille O'Neal get on an airplane and fly out to my place in Montana where I'm doing some fly fishing and riding my motorcycle. And I want Shaquille O'Neal to come out here and tell me why I need to be the coach for this team. And so Shaquille goes, no problem, I'll do it. He walks up, meets Shaquille O'Neal, Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson takes him behind his cabin and walks him down to the water. And he says, see that big log in the water? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I want you to go in there, grab that log and drag it out of there. I'm tired of it being in front of my property. And I'm not going to say the amount of cuss words that Shaquille says in that interview. He goes, I'm a star player. I, at that time, signed the biggest contract in NBA history. I show up to this coach to get him to help us win a world championship. And he wants me to pull out a blank and blank log out of blank and blank this guy, blah, 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 blah. Right? And Phil Jackson, he said, I was thinking that. I didn't say that to Phil Jackson. In fact, I said it to nobody. I said it to myself. And I sat there for a while and I went, he's testing me. He's right now testing me that if he tells me to do something, am I going to do it? And so I said, F him. And I went in the water and pulled out the log. And Phil Jackson looked at Shaquille O'Neal in the face and he says, I really appreciate you being a rock star. I know you're doing music. I know you're doing movies. I know you're doing all this crazy stuff. You're living the high life. You're going to all these, parties, and you're a rap singer and you're doing movies and you're doing all this stuff like the other superstars. If you don't drop everything you're doing and focus on basketball, I'm not coming to coach the Lakers. And he goes, do you know why you're here and not Kobe Bryant? And Shaquille said, why? And he says, there's not a person on this planet that doesn't see Kobe's focus and work ethic. His is not in question. That kid wants to win a championship. That kid wants to be MVP. That kid wants to be an all-star. That kid will do whatever it takes. I'm not worried about Kobe. I'm worried about you. How strong is that? And we're in a business where I get to coach people, but they won't do what I tell them to do. They'd rather do everything but what I tell them to do. And I thought, wow, if I was Phil Jackson and I had you guys all fly out to my place in Montana, and we wouldn't have to walk far to go into the water, like 50 feet. Matt has swam in that water. So I could say to all of you, hey, listen, see that big branch out there? Go out there. Go out there and get it. And I know the majority of the people would go, no, I ain't doing that. That's stupid. It's not important. There shouldn't be any reason why I could do that. So I've had a few people in my career of 35 years that would. They would do it in a frickin' heartbeat. They wouldn't ask any questions at all. And you know what's unique about the people that pop in my head that were those kind of students? They're all multimillionaires and they own their own marketing companies that have done $800 million a year. They're like, Robert, this is how you make $1 million a year? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'll just do that. And I'm going to do that until I master it. And I love what Peter put in here. Is the water cold? Don't get mad at me, Peter. What a stupid question. Right? I was that kind of person. When my mentor said, Robert, you need to do this, I'm going, you want me to go out and talk to total strangers that I don't know face to face, connect with them, and ask them to do me a huge personal favor? Yep. Okay. Man, I sucked. Man, I felt awful. It was not, it's still to this day, in my opinion, probably the hardest thing I've ever done. And I had to do it every day. I forced myself to do it every day for 8 hours because I would do that for peanuts working a job. And so to close up the story with the Lakers, Shaq said, yeah. And then there became this weird energy shift. Weird energy shift. Because when Phil Jackson showed up and they did a press conference where they have the Academy Awards, and Phil Jackson got up there and said, I've humbly accepted the coaching position with the LA Lakers. And he said, do you know what everybody immediately thought? Uh-oh. The next people that leave this team is not going to be the coach. It's like, this guy's already won world championships himself. As a player, he's won world championships. Then he's helped other people win world championships and MVP. Now he's coming out of retirement to be a coach, and he knows how to win championships. So now he's the coach. So he asked all the players to come in a little earlier than normal. And as they're walking in, he's got sage. And he's sage in the locker room. And all the players are going, is that weed? What's that smell? And he's going, listen, I'm chasing all the energy out of this locker room. It made me feel like I wanted to throw up. The amount of negative energy that is in this room. He goes, you guys believe that the reason you're not winning is because of everything but you. You think that it was the coach's fault. You think it's Shaq's fault. You think it's Kobe's fault. You think that it's everyone's fault. It's no one's fault but yours. So what I'm going to first teach you guys to do is let's all sit in a circle, and I'm going to teach you guys how to meditate. I love how it bounces around. It goes to Kobe, and it goes to Shaq, and it goes to the other players that were playing at that time. New guy signed up, Derek Fisher. New guy signed up, Robert Ory. You know what I mean? New guy signed up, Fox, you know? And all these guys that we now know, if you know basketball, that's won world championship after world championship after world championship. They're going, what? And people looked at Kobe and Shaq and they were like, and people were going like, I'm not going to be the first one kicked off this team. And he taught them how to center themselves, how to get into the right mindset, how to get rid of anxiety, how to focus on making yourself better each and every day, a thing called Kaizen, where each and every day you're just getting a little bit better, the never-ending improvement. Guess what happened the first year they were with Phil Jackson? They swept the other team 4 games in a row and won the world championship. And we all know the back-to-back. So I want to just say to all of you that I will pour my heart out to be the very best coach that I can be for you. I will tell you everything that I've taught other people, 65 people, how to earn over $1 million plus in this industry. I'll teach you everything you need to know. And so for the beginning of this year, Matt was actually, we talked about this. Matt, my wife, Terry, and Hannah, Matt's wife, a lot of people were pretty upset at me. I think Craig was upset at me because I had everything put together for training in a company I called Unlimited Profits. And I built a brand, and everything I possibly knew was in video. And I deleted it all. I deleted every frickin' video. And I started over. And I think I'm 2 videos away from 600 videos. Because I'm doing my best to come up with every concept, every idea, every paradigm shift, everything that mentally is the game. And you guys already know this, but I'm going to share this one more time. I was watching a Gary Vaynerchuk video this morning, and he goes, why isn't someone just being brutally honest with people? He goes, listen, your mindset sucks. And until you change your mindset, your life's going to suck. It's not going to change. So if one day you don't figure out, instead of spending time with the wrong people, spending time watching news, spending time listening to other undocumented people, your life is going to stay the same. So I used to always joke, but I'm not joking anymore. I know for a fact that I'm the Phil Jackson of network marketing. I have the documentation and the rings to prove it. I have other people that have used it, that have succeeded. I still have people that listen to me today that are making millions in other companies that say I'm their coach. And I'm just saying to each and every one of you, if I said do this and you just say no, then just know where your mind is. Not today, not interested, thinking about throwing a bunch of extra stuff into the recipe, then I can't help you. For some of you that are sick and tired of living a life that you're living, if you finally make a decision, enough's enough, I'll do everything in my power to help you. I'll point, guide, and direct you to all the videos that I've done this year, because I just want you to get it. Craig did say something about me because he knows me. I don't think that any of you understand that I want this worse for you than you want it for yourself. It's the thing that juices me. It's the thing that makes me roll. It's the thing that gives me validation. It's the thing that allows me to be who I am. And there's nothing more frustrating in this industry than consistently having the same people show up and not apply it. It's disheartening. So sometimes I want you guys to know that I feel like Phil Jackson sitting in the front row, and my players keep showing up on AMAs and they're not winning. If you can't do this for you, do it for me. So I love and appreciate you, Craig. Please get people to go. I know that I went on a tangent, but I just know it's very important.
Absolutely it is. And it just is perfect for today, a perfect message for today as we get things started, because it is up to you. It is up to each and every one of us. I mean, yes, you are fine, the leader of the pack, but you are guiding us. You're helping us. You want us to succeed as much as you have. One thing I loved about what you shared today in on Facebook, Robert, the quote by Dr. Lipton, it's kind of fills in this little gap here. Yeah, exactly. The moment you change your perception is the moment you rewrite the chemistry of your body.
Amen.
Oh my gosh. It's like I have it right here, and it was screaming at me as you were wrapping up this. So, ladies and gentlemen, now you have a little bit of Robert in you for the day. Let's get more of Robert in our heads. We've got our Q&A, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I see 2 people with their hands up, and I have several questions already. So let's go ahead and just get it started. Now, I know the 2 gentlemen that have their hands up already are 2 of our regulars, but boy, you know what? They contribute just as well. Yep. So thank you so very, very much. We've got Bill Shoemaker, followed by Jaime Morales with a question, and then we'll go to John Tier. So those are our first 3 batters in this inning, and we've got more to come. But let's get started with Mr. Bill Shoemaker. Go ahead and unmute there, Bill.
All right. Thank you. I'd like to do a little audition. The man, the myth, the legend of the Phil Jackson of network marketing, Robert Hollis.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Craig has laryngitis. I'd like to fill in. So anyway, I had to get that off my chest. So anyway, you pretty much, that introduction, Robert, you just hit my heart. You just like nailed it. It was the most beautiful lesson I think I've ever learned in my life. And I think you answered my question. Jim Rohn, I think, said selling or salesmanship is a transference of feeling. And you did that right now. You just did that. You just, from your heart to my heart, I'm sure to everybody's heart. And my question was going to be, you have to have a vision to transfer that feeling. So what is your vision? But I think you just gave it to us, but maybe you could expand upon that.
Yeah, the vision really, Bill, thank you for saying that. The vision for me is actually in the acronym. I'll never forget when someone said, "What is your vision?" Right? And I really spent a long time thinking about this, a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer. And that's when I came up with the acronym VISION, VISION. Vision inspires success in others now. And so when you're not moving people into action, it's because they don't feel from you that they have someone that they're partnering with that can lead them to the promised land. And that could be from a lack of your excitement. That could be from a lack of your ability to edify and promote. It might be your ego edging God out, where you want to make yourself more of the deal than somebody else. But I had the ability from day one to get someone excited to hear about a message from an expert that was helping me succeed. Right. And so the only analogy that I ever used for that, Bill, was, it's like someone, you walked up to somebody and they go, "What are you doing Saturday?" And you said, "Well, at 1 o'clock, Mountain Time, I go to a martial arts studio. I'm learning martial arts." And the person says to you, "Oh, really? You know martial arts?" I said, I'm going there to learn. I'm not an expert. I'm a white belt. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, why don't you teach me some stuff? No, I refuse to do that. You need to come to the martial arts studio. So I told you guys the other funny ones I'm watching is Cobra Kai right now. And there, I know that there's people that will never watch it. And I know some people will watch it and go, "This is stupid." And then you got people like me that are watching it, trying to find the life lessons in everything they're saying. Because that's exactly the way, Field of Dreams was. That's the way that, the Karate Kid movies are, and the Rocky movies are. People can be entertained by them, but then they can study them and figure out the things that are really, really important. So, Bill, my vision has always been that. And it all started with me, as bold as I can be. It was me being at one of the worst places I've ever been in my life, and basically reaching up to who I called God at the time, and telling him and making this deal with him. If you, I'm listening, you got my attention, I surrender all. Point, guide, and direct me to where I can get out of this scenario, where I can make my life something that my sons and my wife can be proud of, someone that is a provider and always there. I want to provide, but I don't want to be absent. And help me find this way. And like I write in the book, how is that working? Is a guy with a lot of courage called me up, Sean Hennigan, and edified and promoted my mentor. And I went and met my mentor, and everything changed. So, Bill, I know when I say this, it's gonna sound weird, but whatever powers are out there fulfilled on the help that I asked for. So much more than I could dream about. And the flow is still happening, and I'm making a bigger impact, and I'm helping more people than I ever did every year. I'm not playing small. I'm stepping up my game. And I made a deal, man. If you share with me how to get out of this current situation, I'll spend the rest of my life trying to get other people out of that situation. And so I know it sounds silly, Bill, because I'm blessed to be on the other side of money, but I 1000%, the biggest fear I have is if I don't continue to give to other people that will get it, then what I've already accomplished is going to be taken away. And I got sort of that, that phrase, the way the greatness is the service of many. And also, too much is given, much is required. And I live by those philosophy. I live by that. And I know that everyone that watches this video live or recorded, the only way that you can actually get real results in your life is the moment that you understand that your way of thinking, your way of feeling, your perceptions, your outlook, everything that you have bet your life on is not correct. You're following a personal philosophy. And for those of you that know me personally, you don't want to get in a Christian talk with me. You don't want to get in a Mormon talk with me, a Scientology talk with me. You don't want to get in a Jehovah's Witness talk with me. You don't want to get in a Muslim talk with me, because I will rip you apart, showing you all the promises that you say you believe in the book that you talk about. I'll show you all the things that it says you're supposed to do that you're not frickin' doing. So I can't even imagine how your creator feels, whatever you believe in, because they're kicking back going, what the hell, man? What the hell? Like, where in my teaching that I say to you that you were supposed to focus on everything that was negative, the stuff that makes you fearful, to be who I created you to be, and you just run around and constantly try to educate people with a bunch of lies and deceptions to do nothing but just make them sick and worried and feared. And if it's by your fruit, you will know them. Man, I can tell by your lifestyle that I need to figure out what you're doing so that I won't do that. Jim Rohn said it perfectly. You can hang around with 3 or 4 very, very poor and miserable people and ask them, how in the hell did you get here? Can you tell me how the hell you got here? I need to know, because I need to stop doing the stuff you're doing. I can feel your energy. I can hear your words. I can hear this constant thing of you trying to get attention from other people because you don't feel like you're loved and accepted. Man. So was that good enough, Bill?
Absolutely. And I binged on the Cobra Kai. I binged on it. It was awesome. Incredible series.
I love the part for, one lesson that I just learned yesterday that I'd like to share with you guys, because you brought it up, Bill, is, do you see constantly in the movie where the kid that's the Karate Kid, he struggles with the outside forces doing stuff with him, and he just wants to go kick their ass. He just wants to destroy them. He wants to stop this negativity and this stuff from repeating itself. And then when he gets mellow and he meditates, the very first answer he always gets is like, wow, I noticed you didn't catch any fish today. And he says, hey, I'm not interested in catching the wrong fish. Damn. I don't care how long I need to be here. I have the right bait. I have the right location. I'm just waiting for the right fish. Because the thing he was asking himself is, what do I got to do to take all the students away from this other martial arts studio so they'll listen to me? So they'll listen to me and do the right studio. And the deal is, why do you spend all your time trying to convince people that are not interested? Why do you spend all your time trying to prove other people wrong about their beliefs and their philosophy? Why don't you find someone like me that was on one knee that he had left, begging for help for someone to show them the way? Because those people will get the log out of the water. Those people will do exactly what they'll say, and they believe that they'll get results, and so they get results. And they don't get them slow. They get them fast. Because they got all that stuff out of their head. So, Bill, thank you very much for the question. I love and appreciate you. And like I said,
thank you, Robert. You're a blessing to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Boy, I love, this is what I love about AMAs, is that we go in deep, and the way you go in, Robert, is obviously it's care. It's the care for us, the viewer, for the people that that you want to work with, the people that want to train with you. Let's see, Mr. Miyagi-san.
I'm still working myself to get there. A guy the other day called me a legend. He says, I only know 2 people in network marketing that I believe has accomplished more than you. He says, you're a freaking legend. And I go, I'm working on that status. I still feel like I got some ways to go. When you see my results when I'm no longer here, it's going to make me look like what I'm doing now is nothing.
Well, that's why, ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect opportunity to ask questions of Robert. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on, because I know you and I can just go back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
From Jaime Morales, he says, I have a question. When it comes to duplication, what is the daily method of operation that you use with your team?
Well, the one thing that I do, who asked that question? I didn't get the first name.
Jaime Morales.
Thank you, Jaime. The first thing is just to imagine to yourself that whatever you're doing, that someone's watching you. And in their thoughts, they're going, oh my God, that's the easiest thing in the world. Not only is it easy, wow, I could do that. When every step of your process is at a place where you pique interest, you connect, you pique interest, and then you get people in front of the information. That's just it. And the right people will always make the right decisions. The people at the right place will always do it. So my connection still, when it was cold market, was getting eye contact with them and just saying, hi. Hi. And they're like, some of them wouldn't even say hi back. And my connection would be, do you work around here? Yeah, I do. I was wondering if you could help me out. Please do me a huge favor. I'd appreciate it. When I say those 3 statements, I listen to people and they just leave them all out. I can't ask for help. I can't ask people to ask me to do a huge favor. I can't say I appreciate you. Yeah, I'll just leave out all the words that you leave out, Robert. And it doesn't work for me. No surprise there. And so when I say that phrase, listen, I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. I need some help. I'd really appreciate it. And they're like, okay. I'm helping a company expand, and I want to know if you know anyone that needs to make some extra money. Well, what is this? Why are you interested? I don't even know what it is. Well, I know you're in a hurry, and so am I. Can I get your name and number? And I'll call you tonight and set up a time when I can show you a video from the person that I'm learning from. This is not about me. This is about them. I'm helping them. Sure. Did some people give me the wrong number? Yeah. Did some people tell me, no, I'm not giving you the number? Yeah. Didn't matter to me. I needed to get people that were interested. I can't find out if people are interested unless I ask them if they're interested. What? Holy crap. What a breakthrough that is. What a breakthrough that is. I don't know if people are interested until I ask them if they're interested. You can try your way. I'm just telling you the way that's made me 56 million. Okay? Made my mentor 110 million. Jeez, I got to get back to work, right? So in this day and age, let's switch it up. In this day and age on social media, with billions of people being on social media, I got to find a way to connect with them. So I'll reach out and say, hi. No, that's what everybody else does. Hi, and you're going, oh, crap. Hi, where are you from? Don't do that stuff. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it for people. So I use a voice audio. I know what a lot of you will say. I'm not going to do that. I sound stupid. I'm not going to get the log out of the water. Forget me. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to blame you when it doesn't work. I'm going to blame network marketing when it doesn't work. I'm going to blame affiliate marketing that doesn't work. I read your stupid books. They don't work. Okay, great. Move on. See you later. Do, dog, do. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. All right. So I meant to say that. Okay. Don't blame other people for you not doing the right things. That just don't, right? So I'll reach out to people and I'll say, hey, John, I was thinking of you today. And instead of just thinking of you, I thought I'd reach out and give you a message. I hope this message finds you and yours blessed and safe during these crazy times. I'm sorting for interested people. I'm not trying to convince or sell people that need to be convinced. There's not a question that you guys can ask me. Go under objections in my videos. There's not a question you can ask me without me edifying and promoting of why you need to create a free account and check out the videos in the back office. That's it. So the ones that reply back, now I'm going to pique their interest. That was the connection. Eyeball. Do you work around here? That's my 15-second connection. Now I'm going to say, John's going to come back. Maybe he says, oh, thanks. What a great message. That's all he says. A lot of people like to reciprocate. So if I ask John how his family's doing and if he's doing great, a lot of people go, you know what? The family's doing great. Robert, thanks for asking. How's your family? Hope everything's going great for you. They like to reciprocate. So that's when I can now ask for the favor. John, thank you very much. Family's doing great. I really appreciate you doing that. And again, the reason I was thinking about you is I'm really excited because I'm helping a company expand. And I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. Help me out. I'd really appreciate it. I'd like you to watch a short video of my business partner, Robert Hollis. And when you watch this video, he's going to ask you to create a free account, just like you would with Amazon, YouTube, or Facebook. Would you please give me permission to send you that video along with my link for you to create a free account? Again, I'd really appreciate it. So there's my duplication. Once they're in and they see everything, that's when I can ask them questions and see what's most interesting for them. And then I'm going to point and guide and direct them to the videos. I'm switching something up right now. This does not mean I'm changing what I'm doing. But for some people that really want a big picture of what's going on, I'm going to tell them to click on live stream and click on the business opportunity that Josh and Dana did. Is it a little longer than the 23-minute one? Yes, it is. But when you do an effective presentation, people will watch, and the people that are at the right place at the right time will watch the whole damn thing. If they come back to you and go, that video was too long, wrong person. I didn't get a chance to watch the video. Wrong person. Again, John, the reason I wanted you to see all the stuff that this company was doing and all the documentation is so you would feel comfortable referring to people that really need to make some extra money right now. If you remember, John, I wasn't trying to get you involved in the business. Classic Jim Rohn statement. Right now they say that 1 out of every 10 will see this opportunity. And I'm okay with you being one of the 9, John. No problem at all. But I got to continue to plant seeds to get a harvest. If you're a seed that fell on the wrong soil or fell on a rock or the bird ate you, hey, no, it's just, that's not my deal. My deal is to plant the seeds. So I hope that answered your question.
Wow, that did. And Jaime, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you just got basically a rundown on how to help build your business. Right there. That was it.
That's how I've made almost 4 million in 4 years with this company. In fact, the first Thursday in October, I'll be over 4 million in earnings with this company. So, let's not count my other, 52 million in previous experience. Let's just talk about what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
But amazing. I'm knocking down 3-pointers. I'm doing spin dunks. I'm doing it all right now.
And ladies and gentlemen, that comes from 35 years of experience. Yeah. That he's able to now do that. So he's made the mistakes. This is why success leaves clues. Documentation beats conversation. This is why Robert is where he is and what he does so well. So
thank you.
Bless you, Robert. Thank you. Let's go ahead and move on. We've got, in fact, I think you were using John as an example there, but
Yeah.
let's go ahead and ask John to open up and share what he wants to say to all of us. John, go ahead and unmute yourself, please. As in John
Hey,
Tier.
hey. All right. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, John. How are you today, brother?
Oh, I'm just wonderful, boy. I'm just, whoa, boy, I got a lot of different emotions going on here, you know. One of them, Robert, you know, as I'm listening to you today, I'm just going to ask you to forgive me for not following your directions, you know, letter by letter, and that because I have been guilty of doing stuff my own way, saying, well, this stuff doesn't work. Who's that Robert guy anyway? You know, and it's so interesting that one day I was praying to the Lord. I said, Lord, I'm going to go tell him that this is not working. And the Lord whispered in my spirit. He says, have you done everything he said to do? I was like, well, sort of, kind of, you know, humna, you know. And so, you know, I have been studying your book. How's that working for you? And I gotta tell you, man, I thought the point guide and direct was something that came up with MDC. You've been doing this point guide and direct for 35 years. At the time of the book, it was 25 years. And so, you know, that was so humbling to really get in there and to really, really see that and say, wow, even the whole thing of why are you interested? See, I was avoiding that question because it didn't feel right to me. But I also realize now that that's another way of sorting person, because just like you just got through saying, you only want to talk to interested people. And the only way you know the person is interested is that you got to ask them if they're interested. And it was just like, wow, that was a pop for me. The other thing that was a pop for me was the thing about fear and faith and how they're coming from the same spot. It's just the point of view that you have on it. And I said, wow, that was. And then the one that really put the boot to the butt was when you said complacency. I said, huh? You know, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Because somewhere in your subconscious, you're comfortable with where you are. And Robert, that just lit a fire under me so badly. Because I was like, there's no way I'm comfortable, but maybe somewhere on the inside, you really are comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to go to the mirror and really, really ask the hard questions. You know, are you really comfortable? And maybe some part of me is, but it's not going to be like that anymore.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to make that statement, Robert. I really appreciate you. I mean, the stuff that you've given us is more than we really know. We really have no idea of what you're really pouring into us. And so I'm trying to really jack down the ego and really just do everything with the right combination. You know, because I asked the lady, you know, I said, why are you interested? She said, nope. And I said, well, see, I'm not going to ask that anymore. See, Robert, you know. And then later on, it dawned on me, that's exactly the response that you want, because you only want to talk to interested people. That's why it's there. If you don't do that, you're going to miss one number in the combination, and then you're going to wonder why people are not going to see the video, because you keep missing the combination.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've come to the conclusion in these last few days of really getting in and studying your book. I was just like, wow, you know, it's very simplistic, but it's also easy to miss because your ego can get in the way. And it'll keep you from the fruits that are out there for you to have, because your ego will be too big. And so I'm really, you know, I thank you, Robert. I really, really thank you. And again, you know, forgive me for not doing what I'm supposed to do with the things that you're teaching me.
Well, John, when you first said that, it choked me up. I was struggling. That's why I was quiet. Because yeah, I forgive you. I forgive you instantaneously. I just want this so bad for people. And it's like, to me, life is so freaking simple. It is so damn simple. And you know, if people want to learn to do something, like I make jokes about plastic cups and throwing darts or running, you know what I mean? I want to be a marathon runners. Well, what are we doing today? We're running, you know, and, you know, I talked about Shaquille O'Neal learning from Phil Jackson, the Zen master, they called him. And you know what's the reason for painting a fence? What's the reason for sand a floor, wax on, wax off? It's really all to just humble yourself and understand that it's a part of the process. And so if people are not willing to do the things, do you think that if you met when you, again, that's choking me up, based on my childhood and the way I grew up, you know what the hardest thing for me to do, John, is ask for help.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's the most weakest place to come from. So reaching out and saying to people, listen, I need your help. Could you do me a favor? See, people will not do that because that makes them weak in their mind,
Right.
in their
Right.
philosophy, and their belief. But for those of you that have ever read anything that has to do with spirituality, that's the only place of power. It's the ultimate freaking power. And if you guys don't believe this, do you guys realize that every superhero has their kryptonite? No matter what superpower they possess, someone figures out how to expose that weakness. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you watch all these Marvel mysteries and every one of them, why? Why would they take somebody that has this unbelievable superpower and somewhere in the movie put them in a place where they have no power?
They can ask for help.
So they can ask for help. So their friends and family and people that they don't know can come to their frickin' rescue. It's in every story. It's in every parable. Every story that we fell in love with is a person that doesn't want to conform anymore. They don't want to be comfortable anymore. They want to make an impact. They want people talking about them when they're no longer here. And so when they make that shift away from the fold, that's when they are dumb. That's when you're stupid. Why are you doing that? Why don't you get a real job? Why all these things. So it doesn't make a difference if you watch Field of Dreams or which hero movie you watch, Hero's Journey movie you watch. You're going to watch the person come to the place where my parents say, I can't train with you anymore. I can't be with you anymore. It's all this stuff that if the world found out, if the people that you love, your children, your spouse, your siblings, your mom and dad, if they hear what you're doing, you're in trouble. They're going to beat you up. And it's the people that go through that. And when they go through that, that's when the biggest struggle happens. Because they're alone. You're freaking alone. There's nobody there to help you. Nobody. You're all by yourself. So it forces you to go, I have no clue how I freaking got here, but I do not like it here. I don't like anything about it. I'm going to have to ask for some help. And when you ask for help, it's like if you believe in a higher power like I do, like a creator, it's like, all right, I need help. I need your luck, your energy, your support, your guidance, your utterance. If I start opening my mouth or doing something that I shouldn't be doing, I surrender all. I want you to stop my tongue. I want you to stop my step. I want to be guided by you. I don't want to accidentally through my programming do the habit stuff that I consistently do. I need you to interrupt it. I need your help. And that's when magic happens. Magic happens the moment that you go, I'm done. I'm done. If someone right now came in and wanted to do a cribs video on me, for those of you that are a little outdated, music TV, MTV used to do a cribs video.
Right.
I just need you guys to understand that you can be happy, you can be complacent, you can be at peace of mind, because that's who we are. We're survivors. But I need you to imagine that you got a knock on the door and it's pretty loud, and you open it up and it's a camera crew. And it's like, John, this is MTV Cribs. Right. Show us your stuff, man. Show us your stuff. And you're going, please leave. Please leave. I don't need the world to know that I don't have any stuff. That I've been living this facade, telling everybody that I'm a coach and that I can help you online. Oh my God. It's exposure time. Wouldn't that be cool to have that as your intro on your social media? Boy, that would mess people up. You have to validate your social media page. We came over to your home, your apartment, your mom's house, someone's basement, and we're going to knock on the door, and they have to see your exposure video before they get to see the rest of your social media.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come knock on my door.
Okay. Robert, it kind of reminds me of a biblical story about this king who was sick and he needed to be healed, and he heard about Isaiah who could heal, and Isaiah sent his servant there and told him to go wash in the Jordan River 7 times. And the Jordan River was very, very nasty river. And yet this king was like, how dare you send your servant to tell me to go wash in this dirty water? But nevertheless, I did it anyway, and he was healed.
Yes. Man, that's got to be the theory of this whole thing, John.
Right.
That's why that story inspired me. You tell Shaquille O'Neal to go pull a log out of a lake. You know what I mean? It's like, what would you not do and just miss the whole gift? You know, the one that I think about is always my favorite one is the fisherman. And I always imagine this. I even imagine that they had a way bigger boat than I knew they had. But we know that it was small. And so Jesus says, pull the nets up. Okay, now what? Throw them on this side of the boat.
You're right.
Whatever. You know what I mean? I can see it going in their mind going, listen, our boat's 10 feet wide. There's fish on this side, but not fish on this side. No, all it was is flipping them from being fearful, doubtful, negative to being, he says there's fish over there. I'm going to have faith. If they didn't throw the net, they would have never known. But they threw the net, and then does the story say that they didn't have the manpower to pull it out of the water?
Almost sunk the boat.
Wow. I maybe John, what you've helped me do with masterminding here is what would you be willing to do that would prove that you have faith in what you're doing?
Yeah.
Because I know one thing for a lot of people that watch this video live or recorded, that one thing is not following my certain way. I'm not asking you to go fishing. I'm not asking you to get in cold water and pull a log out. I'm not asking you to sand the floor. I'm not asking you to do any of that stuff. I'm saying, is there any way with enthusiasm and excitement that you could use these words in this way? Use this sequence in this way for the right people at the right time. It works every time, not sometime, every time. But because you don't believe and you don't have faith, you don't say the things. And I think you deliberately, by the universe, just get the crap kicked out of you.
Now, Robert, there is one thing that you said earlier in the last statement about opening the free account. When you say, are you also, I got the picture in my head that you were saying that to someone that you knew. You also just say that to like a stranger?
Total stranger. Yeah, people ask me, that's one of the biggest questions I get asked, John. Listen, John, I got a question for you. I listened to what you said. I wrote it out verbatim, but I have a sister and her ex-husband has a brother that played for the Steelers. What would you say to him? How you doing? I hope that everything's going great in your family and safe during these uncertain times. Yeah, I guess they're okay. Could be better. How's your family? Great. Hey, I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. I heard of you from, oh my God, it was ex-girlfriend, something or other. I don't even remember how I heard about you. Well, when I heard about you, I knew that you could possibly help me out. I need a favor and I'd really appreciate it. Is there any way that I could get you to watch this short video and also send you a link that you could create a free account like you would with Amazon, Facebook, and YouTube? Is there any way possible that you could do that for me? I'm expanding a company and we're really looking for people that need to make extra money right now.
Okay.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Oh my gosh, there it is. And did you see, ladies and gentlemen, how Robert pivoted to say exactly what he had said before?
Like John said, you read this book or you go to online. I know people. I dare some of you to go to YouTube and put $1 million question space Robert Hollis. Like John said, oh my God, he's been doing this for 35 years. Yeah.
The certain way.
Imagine walking up to a guy and saying, who'd you learn to run marathons from? Oh, from this guy. Why? Because he's won marathons. You go to him and he says, hey, listen, where'd you learn to run marathons? Oh, I learned from this guy. Oh, why'd you learn from him? Because he won, in Kenya, he won the gold medal last time. And you could keep going up the hierarchy, the gold medalist, the gold medalist, the gold medalist, the gold medalist, the gold medalist. And when you finally get the ones that are still alive, they're going to say, man, I don't want to get the wrong information. What should I do today? You should run. No, I didn't. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to talk to strangers and build a connection and show them. I don't want to do that. Okay, then don't. Okay, Craig.
No, it shows that, and there was a comment somebody made earlier, but how important mastering the mundane is, and you keep bringing this up and bringing this up and bringing this up, but it is so true.
Yeah, Craig, in your profession, can you imagine going to a casting call for Shakespeare? And you walk up there and the guy goes, okay, Craig, your audition, go ahead. And you go, hey, listen, I actually thought of some of my own words that I would throw in this play. Is there any way that I can just use those? And I can guarantee you this is what they would say. Yeah, go ahead. And Craig wouldn't even get started. And with 3 or 4 sentences, they go, Craig, listen, we've seen enough. We'll get back to you.
Yep.
It's like, you don't want to hear me. So you want to say your own words? Great. Then just don't tell people, well, I've been to multiple auditions and I never get hired. Really? And don't you guys notice in another hero's journey that I'm always doing this? There's always the bad guy in the hero's journey, right? But there's also the person that is the most rebellious person on the frickin' planet. There's always this person. And they were doing in this legacy, not to keep talking about it, but they were showing a workout. Kobe's there 2 hours before the workout. And we've all heard this. And everybody goes, the thing that I don't like about Kobe is he's so freaking serious. He's always playing 100%. And then it shows Shaquille O'Neal, and he come running out on the court and then did a body flop right on the court and slid like a hockey player. You know what I mean? And Shaquille's the cut up, man. He's the guy that's always joking and always goofing around. This is before Phil Jackson got a hold of him. So they were going, these two don't get along. Yeah, because Shaq thought that Kobe was too damn serious. All the players were pissed off at Kobe. Guess why they were pissed off at Kobe? Because after practice, they couldn't drink in the locker room because there was a freaking minor in the room. All the players hated Kobe because he couldn't go to the nightclubs after a game. Kobe would go in his room and he would ask the people for the tape of the game. Kobe wanted to watch the game that they just played because he wanted to study them. Because I'm going to be in arena next time with them and I'm going to kick their ass. I'm going to find out what they're doing. The guy was relentless and the other guy's goofing off. So Kobe didn't like Shaq because he's a goof off, and Shaq didn't like Kobe because he was too serious. And that brought me to a line that I wanted to say and I didn't say, is Phil Jackson said, you don't tell superstars how to play. You give them a little bit of guidance, but you allow them to be them. You allow them to be them in their element. And as soon as they did that, Kobe said to Shaq on the floor, I got your back. And Shaq went, no, you don't. So Shaq made this move. Here comes Kobe in the lane. 3 guys got him. Shaq came around the corner. Kobe threw it up in the air. He grabbed the ball and slammed it. And he got done and he walked over to Kobe and he goes, I got your back. And Shaq's going, Kobe's going, really? Shaq got the ball underneath. The circle collapsed on him because he's so big and strong. Kobe was out there all by himself, threw the ball. Kobe sunk a 3-pointer. As soon as they had each other's back, I got chills right now. Then everyone said, we're not going to stop this duo. We're in trouble. It reminded people of Kareem and Magic. The only difference with Magic Johnson over Kobe is Magic Johnson was humble from day one. He walked into the Lakers and they said, welcome to the Lakers. And he says, welcome to Kareem's team. I'm here to help Kareem win another world championship. That's why I'm here. Wow. You know, that brother had some humble stuff right off the beginning. You feed me, I'll feed you. So I'm sorry, I got off track again.
No, very, very appropriate, Robert. Very appropriate. Thank you so much. What you share. let's see. Next question comes from. All right, let's go to Javi Utreras. Now we're going to go back a little ways.
Okay.
How long did it take you at the beginning of your career to get momentum and break the $100,000 a year mark?
6 months. 6 months. Yeah. Went over $100,000, made $258,000 my first year in network marketing. Yeah. So first 2 weeks were awful because I was learning from people that told me they knew what they were doing. And my mentor that I met went back to San Diego. I was still in LA, California. So we were like 2.5, 3 hours away. And so I made the wrong assumption that the people that were in this area were teaching me the right stuff. Their egos were so whacked out, it was ridiculous. And you guys all heard my story about one of those guys did something right and told me that if I didn't go to a convention, that he would never work with me again. And that's when I met the guy from the Middle East that said, you want to make money? Yes, no. You need to be working with a money man. And I called the company, and that's when Bill Gould, the guy I write about in the book, told me to come to San Diego and work with him. And I definitely wasn't talking about freaking product anymore. It's like, we didn't talk about the name of the company. We never talked about the owners of the company. We never talked about the comp plan, and we never, ever talked about the product. This guy had me laser focused on finding people that needed to make extra money, that were willing to watch an hour and 15-minute video. So if I couldn't get them to watch or set a time to watch the hour and 15-minute video, that's the wrong person. I knew that from day one. Bill Gould taught the same thing that Jim Rohn taught, that learned from Earl Schoaf, from Larry Thompson, Larry Huff. They all say, just find people that are interested. So to think that one guy from the Middle East, Ahmed Mahad, to think that he knew it better than anyone. Hey, I got a question for you. Sure. You want to make money? Yes, no. What is this? Answer my question first. Do you want to make money? Yes, no. Well, if you're not going to answer my question, hey, toodle-doo, dog do. It's like, man, I could always go on rants about this. You know what I love about very successful real estate people? How fast they can sort. Hi, Shelby. How are you? Hey, Shelby, are you currently looking to buy or sell your home? Nope. Thank you. Here's my business card. If you know anyone that's looking to buy a home or sell a home, would you give them my card? Have a great day. I mean, their peak of interest and their connection is less than a minute. Hey, are you interested in buying or selling a home? Nope. Thank ya. Toodles. No, come on. You gotta buy a house. Oh, come on. And guess what? The more money you make, the faster the sort. The faster it sorts. You call on a multi-million-dollar home? I dare you. I dare you. Find a $5 or $6 million home and call the agent and say, I seen this house. It looks beautiful. When can I come over? And they'll say, would you please fax over your income disclosure? Send over your financial statement. Excuse me? Yeah, call your bank. They'll know what it is. You not knowing what it is tells me that I'm probably never going to meet you. They're not spending time with you and showing you a home if you don't have the money to buy it. What a waste of time. Sounds sort of snubby, doesn't it? Sounds pretty smart. The houses that Terry and I have lived in and the houses that we've bought and sold, it took a letter. You know what's fun? Not bragging. But to imagine Shelby reaches out to me and says, I said, Shelby, I see that you're an agent for this home. You know, Terry and I would like to come over and see it. And she says, can I get a letter of intent from your bank? I said, better yet, I'll have my certified public accountant send you over my financial statement. What's your email address? And she gets a financial statement from a CPA. That's on the bottom. Hey, you're talking to a guy that could buy the home cash. Set up an appointment. It's like, Shelby's going out and buying nice things to put in the house. She's interested in making sure that Terry and I like this place. It's fun meeting with somebody that's interested. So did I even answer the question, or did I just go on a tangent again?
You went on a beautiful tangent.
What was the question?
No, it was just the idea that, the people, it's kind of a sorting thing. And there have been some people that have been dancing around with some of the questions here about, people who do you ask and things like that. And, that's the kind of thing that I think people got a really good indication for what you just did and shared.
Oh, well, let me clarify just really quickly on that.
Yes, please.
The reason that I ask people, could you do me a huge favor and help me out, please? I'd appreciate it. Who do you know? That is the question. That is, I'm not directly asking them. So going back when I was role playing with Shelby, if real estate agents did that, I believe without a shadow of a doubt that they would get better results. Hi, my name's Robert. What's yours? Oh, my name is Shelby. Shelby, I was wondering if you could help me out if possible. I'd really appreciate it. I'm a real estate agent. Do you know of anyone right now that's interested in selling or buying a home? Because if she was that person, what's the answer? You know what? Me and my husband were just talking about this. But we wouldn't move into a really new home until we sold this one. Well, Shelby, I can do both. I not only can find you a new home, but I can sell you the one you got. Yeah, but we were thinking, listen, I can make it happen faster than you'd think. Can I meet your husband and we sit down and talk about the things in the areas that you're looking in and what's your budget and what you would like in the house and what you would like not in the house? And I'll get it on it right away. It's like, oh my God, he's going to start showing us some nice houses. They'll at least put me in dream mode. You see what you see? It's like, yeah, everyone I've talked to that's purchased a home always seems to purchase it faster than they thought they would. Because if you put that out there and you start dreaming and you get it in the hands of a real estate agent that needs to make some money, they'll make crap happen, man. They'll make it happen. So like next thing you know, you're standing in a house. I see Mark going, yeah, man, the house that I'm in right now is like, I just thought, wow, it'd be cool to have this kind of land. Maybe that will be my next step. I got to get in a starter home. How many people said that? I got to get in a starter home and then work my way up. Then I want a house in Yellowstone County, not in a city, with ponds on it. A big hunk of land, big driveway. That will be the house. And I'll never forget, the real estate agent said straight to me, so tell me the house that you want to live in. And I told them, and they go, great, I'll start looking. And I was going like, this guy didn't listen to what I said. This will be like the second or third home I buy. And he showed us this house, and I went, This is exactly what I'm looking for. He goes, great, I'll get the paperwork started. I was going, this guy has got to be out of his frickin' mind. Next thing I'm sitting down and the guy goes, what do you make? And I said, about 33,000 a month. And he goes, what do you got to put down? I said, I'm first time home buyer. I don't want to put anything down. He goes, okay. He says, I'll get back to you. Me and Terry went home and he goes, I got the loan. I was like, what? What? It's like, I'll tell you what, you move into a home that the payments are higher than you can afford. Been in this house for 19, 20 years. Like, listen, I needed to make some more money to live in this place. I figured it out so fast. It was amazing how that happened. It's like, now that I'm in my dream house, I'm not going to let it go. Okay. Great.
All right. Well, let's see. We got a couple of more questions. Let's see. Okay, from Lilia Grecu. How simple do you answer someone, or let's see, how simple do you answer someone asking info about the job you promote? In other words, I guess what she's saying is you work with MDC, you work with whichever company you you are with. How do you answer somebody about that? What's a simple answer about giving them the information about the company?
Right. Well, her saying job in there already tells me that she could be possibly listening to someone that's teaching her how to bait and switch people, which that will never work. Never work. This is not a job, and I would never want a job. So if someone said to me, what do you say to someone that's looking for a job? I would say exactly what I would say. I'd say, listen, I understand wanting to get a job is the way that you feel you be in the right situation. But what I'd like to do is offer you a way to supplement your income until you find that perfect job. So don't be telling people I know people that do this. I know people that actually will put jobs on LinkedIn and jobs on like these search engines for getting a job. I mean, wow. All I can tell you is do you like being misled? Do you like being lied to? Do you like being tricked? Sort of the golden rule, isn't it? Just don't do things to people that you wouldn't want done to you, right? So some people say to you, listen, I'm just under stress right now. We're behind on payments, and I just need to find a job. Try to flip into a mode where you could go, well, what kind of jobs would you be interested in? I know a lot of people. I can reach out to people, see if I can't find you a job. I'm here to serve people. And if a person's mentality is, I need a job and I need a job right now. Have you thought of Uber? Have you thought of, Lyft? There's a lot of these things where you can get money immediately, in your family's pocket. I would want to help them so they would know, like, and trust me. I've helped a lot of people get jobs. I've helped a lot of people get promotions and raises. Want to hear that? I know it's off topic. But I would go in and say to your boss or your manager, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm going to do my best because I have this side hustle that I'm doing. I have this new gig opportunity that I'm doing. And I'm going to be spending a lot of my time building that. Because to be brutally honest with you, I just don't have the courage to come to you to ask you for the income and the raise that I need to cover my bills right now. So I'm just going to have to do something else on the side. And the person's thinking, oh my God, I used to have 100% of their attention, and now I have just a little bit. And what if the side hustle works out and they quit? So I've had people say that openly and honestly to their boss or their manager or whatever. And the next thing they call me, they go, you wouldn't believe, they called me in the office and they gave me a 50-cent raise. I'm now a general manager. You know what I mean? Instead of a local manager. It's like, wow, we're going to lose a good employee. Pretty funny, huh? All right, Craig?
Okay. I've got two questions that I'm going to combine because they actually kind of can follow each other.
Thank you.
One is from Daniel Vetter. The second part of it is from Marty Thomas. First question. Do you message people that aren't on your friends list, and how do you go about it that people don't consider it to be a cold message? And then the second part of that is, if you do get people to go on board and launch with you, what are your first steps to launch a new affiliate? So take it one step at a time.
Yeah. First of all, I contact everybody all day, every day. You guys will probably laugh when I say this, but I run out of my warm market, people that are my friends, in the first like 2 weeks. I mean, how fast does it take to contact 4,000 people that are your friends at a minute each? Craig, every company that I've been in, did I reach out to you and tell you about it?
You told me about it, yes.
Absolutely. If I believe in something, the first people I'm going after is my friends and family. Are you kidding me? Get that out of the way, just like that. Going back to John, would that have a little bit to do in your belief in your faith and what you're doing? This Zoom has been magical. This Zoom has been magical. Telling Shaquille O'Neal to pull the log out of the water is you having the courage and the faith to call everyone that you know friends and family. If you just want to bypass that, if you just would rather do anything but that, you don't believe in you and you don't believe in what you're doing. You should just quit. Because I'm not asking my friends and family to get in the business. I'm calling my son, Matthew, and saying, Matthew, listen, you got a second? Sure. I was wondering if you could do me a favor and help me out. I'd really appreciate it. Who do you know right now that needs to make some extra income? Would you give me permission to send you a short video that you can watch, then create a free account? And then once you figure out all the stuff that you feel comfortable referring me to people, would you do that? If you guys don't think that I've used that on every family and friend that I have, you don't understand this business. If I opened up a pizzeria or a normal brick and mortar store, you're coming over and opening, you're eating a pizza. And I'm not going to be shy about it. I'm calling up Joshua. Joshua, where do you eat pizza? Oh, I eat it over at Redneck Pizza. Not anymore. What do you mean not anymore? I opened up a pizza store. From now on, you're buying your pizza from me. And people are going, man, that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it is. So first, family and friends. Now cold market. Yeah, within 2-3 weeks, I contacted over 312 people, got them to create a free account. I easily talked to thousands. Got 312 to create a free account. 81 of them bought product. That's what took me to 25K and 50K the next month. Bingo. All right. Now, everyone I'm contacting or strangers in cold market that are not my friends yet. Did you guys catch that? So connecting with a person, getting them to be my friend would be the same if they're interested in hearing about anything. So where do I find those people? I just go on pages. And again, I tell the person, Craig, if you can find this, go to my YouTube channel and just put in friends. Because sometimes I tell people, before you can get good at this business, I'd like to see how fast you could get 5,000 friends. I'd like to see how fast you could get 33,000 people following you just because you're creating value. I'd like to create a Facebook business page that has 165,000 followers on it. I'd like you to create a Facebook group that has over 40,000 people in the group. See, that's when you know that you can connect with people and they want to see what you're doing. We just went over 5,000 people on the YouTube channel. I think 5,014 people on the YouTube channel. I clicked one button, filled out a bunch of stuff, and now I got a check back there for $263. How many people would like an extra income flow? You know, do enough content on your YouTube video where people will watch your YouTube videos and they'll at least go through the commercials to watch your content, making extra money. So yes, I go after cold market. I connect with them the same as I do friends and family. I compliment them. I connect with them. Then I ask them to do me a huge favor. My goal is not to help them become friends right away. So if you guys watch what I talk about in Friends, that's to learn how to connect with people, how to offer value. A lot of people don't even know how to get a new friend. You probably don't feel like you're enough. You're deserving, that you deserve a friend. I never even thought about that. Probably a lot of people like me. I said, listen, I got 3 friends. That's all I need. What wasn't it in The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey? That, you know, Broadworth just said, I just don't have any room for any more friends in my life. Maybe you got to figure out why you don't want any more friends in your life. Maybe that might be the deal. No, Robert, I don't want any friends. I don't want to serve. I don't want to be great, the service of many. I just want to sell stuff. I just want to sell stuff and make money. That's a different industry than this one. That's a totally different industry. You guys catch that? Like here, I want to build a large organization of 1 million active people that are buying products and services that their family needs. My goal is to put 1 million people in a better place than they were when before they found me. I think I answered them both. Oh, to get started part, what I do to get them started is what I do first is show them a theoretical example on how fast they can make the amount of money that they need. So I ask them, what's your magic number? What do you mean, what's my magic number? What kind of income would you like to make this month? I know we're halfway through it, but how much could we make in the next 2 weeks? That would really, really be impressive to you. And then I show them how to make it happen. So I think it's Matt. Tell me if it's right. Is it roberthollis.com/steps?
Yep.
Hey.
You can also sign up on roberthollis.com/free, and they're all back there too.
Yep. So I think I call it fast start.
Yep.
Fast start. People will not do what they're supposed to do if they don't have a reason why. You got to give people the urgency and the reason why to move forward. And if you can't get people to move forward and do the things they need to get a paycheck in their pocket, it's probably because you're not doing it. So now what you're doing is attracting people just like you. They didn't get a check last Thursday, and neither did you. Wow, that was pretty brutal, wasn't it? So I knew my mentor got a check every week. That's why I put people in front of him. Do you want to make a paycheck next Thursday? Yeah, you need to listen to him because he got paid last Thursday. Don't listen to me. You guys, I know you guys don't believe this. I was that humble. John, going right back to what you were talking about. I learned a perfect presentation, a perfect peak of interest, a perfect connections when people don't ask you questions. I kept having people say, how long have you been in and how much money are you making? And I thought, how could I circumvent this? I got to find a way to circumvent this. Hi, I'm Robert. What's your name? Mark. Hey, Mark, listen. I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. I'm helping a company expand right now, and I'm on workman's comp. I got hurt as a mechanic and I'm on workman's comp making $900 a month. And I decided to help this company expand. And I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor and help me out. I'd really appreciate it. Could I get you to watch a short video and create an account like you would with Amazon or Zoom or Facebook? And if you would watch these short videos that I share with you, I know you're going to know people that I could help. Now, did I add a little bit? I added, I just want you to know, Mark, that I'm on workman's comp. I'm an unemployed auto mechanic. Man, people stop asking me, how much are you making? I guess today, if I was brand new in this business, I would probably say, hey, listen, I'm really excited. I'm expanding this company. I know why I don't need to say that anymore, is because I do mention the people that I'm promoting and edifying. You know what I mean? I'm really excited. I'd like to share a video with you by Josh and Jenna Zwagel. They're the visionaries of this company. I'm so good at promoting and edifying somebody else that they want to see that video with them in it. So if you're promoting my peak of interest video, then you're going to, hey, I'm working with this guy named Robert Hollis. The guy is one of the top money earners in the industry. Check out a short video. If you can get good and excited about promoting and edifying someone other than you, and you guys will go, well, Robert, do you show your own video? I do. But I'm just saying, hey, check out this video. And in that video, you guys will notice that I promote and edify Josh and Jenna. Now that I'm making you guys aware of some things, if you watch my steps to success and freedom, you're going to go, oh, ask yourself while you're watching that video. What is he doing when he's saying these words? Why does he say them this way? And so that's why I have it at that one. If you guys go right on the link and the very first thing I say, can you imagine making $35,000 a month? Well, I'd like to show you how to get on this list. Oh my God. Yeah, all the things that I've learned to say over the years. Hey, author, what if I could show you how you could be in control of your raises? Never have to sit down with a review again and have someone that's not as smart as you tell you that they're worth less than them. Now you're in control. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm telling you what, sorry to get on subject again. I used to watch and write down verbatim everything my mentor said. And I could see him, you know, it's like people had WWIFM on their head. What's in it for me? And when my mentor, even when I go back and analyze what he said to me, the guy was all about me. All about me. Walked up. Hi, my name's Bill. What's your name? Bobby, because I was a mechanic. And this is the first thing he said to me. He goes, how long have you had the cast on your leg? I said, this is my 9th month. What? Yeah, they did a surgery and they messed it up. So they had to do another knee surgery. And he looked at me and he goes, what'd you do when you hurt yourself? I was a mechanic. And he goes, what does workman comp pay now? I said, $900. He goes, if you don't mind me, what did you used to take home? I said, $3,800. So to go from $3,800 take home a month to $900 a month for 9 months. Wow. That would crush me. And I was like, it crushed me. He goes, how much do you need to make by the end of the month to relieve some of this pressure? I said, I need $3,800. I'm behind on everything. And he said, well, I can show you how to do that. But first, you need to make a decision whether or not you want to do this. It was nice meeting you. Can I get a raise of hands? How many of you, when you were first brought into this industry, did the person ask you what you needed to make? Did they show you how to earn it? Wow. What a big mess in the process. See, I could go to Ola and say, Ola, listen, are you taking CBD? This sounds like I'm trying to sell Ola something. Doesn't it? Hey, Ola, you ever heard of CBD? Because ours is the best. You need to buy our CBD. What's in it for Ola? I don't know. I got to get off my soapbox. Hi, Miguel.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are. This has been a master class. This has not been Ask Me Anything. Well, it has been in disguise. It's a master class. What you are getting just from today, and please watch this again and again and again and master the mundane that Robert is talking about. I don't know how else to put it. The life lessons, the information, the guidance, the mentorship, all the links, by the way, that Robert has mentioned during this presentation are in both chats. In other words, if you're watching on Facebook, it's in the chat. If you're watching here on Zoom, very simple way for you to download it as we wrap up our call, because I know we're getting to the top of the hour. Go ahead, and it's very, very simple to do. If you want to save the information, now these are for the people that are on Zoom, because there is a couple of steps you got to go through. I'm putting that information in the chat on Zoom. Go ahead and click those three dots to the right of the chat where it says to, and a button will come up. Click on Save Chat, and the information will download at the end of this call, this presentation. But you have an amazing foundation to get started, or if you've already started, to grow, and if you're growing, to keep growing, because it's here. It is right here. And I'm going to give the last words to you, Robert, as we wrap up. But I will say one thing. I want to thank everybody who's participated. I do want to thank Bill Shoemaker, Jaime Morales, Javi Utreras, excuse me, Javi, John Tier, Lilia Grecu, Marty Thomas, and Danielle Vetter for asking their questions. I want to also definitely give props to Matthew Hollis for being behind the scenes and for helping us with everything about Robert Hollis and roberthollis.com. Robert, please wrap it up on this amazing amazing Saturday.
Craig, thank you so much. No, I definitely was in the right mindset, and also the right mindset because of me prepping myself for not only meditation and prayer before I got on here. And I know that some of you will think I'm crazy, but I always just surrender all and just say, listen, give me the words to say to those that have ears to hear. So for those of you that did ask questions, thank you very much. But there's nothing better for me than to have people go, I'm done. I'm done. Poke a fork in me. I got this. And believe it or not, tomorrow I'm going to go off on a video that I normally do on one-on-one. If you guys have noticed, some of the trainings I've been doing lately is what I do on my one-on-one coaching. And I'm just like, and that's a really quick thing for each and every one of you to understand, that if you have a mental block, I'm frustrated, I'm confused, I don't know why I'm scared to call people, I'm procrastinating. All you got to say is out loud with your mouth to just say, how can I change that? What can I do to change that? You got to out loud let your brain hear that you're absolutely interested in solving that problem. What could I do right now to not feel this way? What could I do right now not to be confused? What could I do right now to not feel overwhelmed? What could I do to stop procrastinating? You guys don't realize the world we live in today. If you went to Google and put in, I want to stop procrastinating, there's 100 years of information there. But if you procrastinate and figuring out how to stop procrastinating, see what I mean? Matt's laughing. It's like he knows me so well. It's like, I just, how can I do something right now? What kind of action can I take right now? And so I say those out of my mouth. So the thing I want each and every one of you to do in closing is just stop beating up on yourself. That's when you really know you're in the wrong mindset. You're in the wrong frame of mind, is when you, I didn't call anybody today. And darn it, I should have did something with my business. And man, I suck at this. And you know, they put these promotions out there where if I just brought in 4 people with 90 PV, they're going to give me $7,000 of free travel. And it's more than halfway through the month and I don't even have one. It's like, stop beating yourself up. Just say to yourself, listen, I know I can do this. Other people did this. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure this out. And it doesn't make a difference how long it takes me. I'm going to master these little things and I'm going to start blowing people away, including me. Think about this. In the last couple of months, there's been over 20,000 new people that joined MDC. And people go, yeah, but where? All over the world. All over the world. And I know that there's millions and millions of people out there that are waiting to hear from you. You can't mess this up. You cannot repeat. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right people. You could say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And the right person at the right time is going to say, well, who does? What's the link? Where can I go? Who can I talk to? Because that's what I do to Sean. I write about it in my book. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? I lied to him. I said I was doing great. Great. Everything's awesome. Why? I can't ask for help or tell a person that I met a couple times at a barbecue that my life sucks, that I don't have any electricity, that I told my girlfriend to go back to Montana, that's now my wife, that the repo man is chasing me around with the car. I'm not going to tell you that stuff. How you doing, Ron? Great. I'm a liar. And he said, hey, listen, have you heard of Amway? I said, no, I haven't. And he goes, well, I am in a company. That's something like that, but it's legal. So Amway people, don't send me letters saying Amway's legal. I know it is. I'm telling you what he said to me. Thank God I didn't know about any of that stuff. So since I didn't know anything he was saying, Amway, legal, something like that, I'm starting a business, I was the right person at the right time. The ears were up. I'm going, what is this guy? Sean, yeah. What are you trying to say to me? And then he did it right. I met this guy that's expanding a company, and he made $62,000 last month. I know people say that's BS, but it's in an envelope, and the pay stub was still on it. I go, are you serious? And he goes, yeah, he's expanding a company, and with his proven training and marketing system, you could make 6 figures your first year. Would you like to meet him? Yes. I said this, I'll come pick you up. Yes, I could drive a clutch car with a cast on my leg. Probably not safe. Probably not safe, but I did. Beat up Toyota Celica. And when I met this guy, he showed me a videotape. I didn't understand any of it. Then he was drawing circles at the end. I see Melody put down here, how to make $5,000. And they said, listen, you get excited about the income that you can make, the changes in your life, get excited about that, dream about that, and then reach out to people and ask them to do you a huge favor and refer you to people. Get them in front of the video. And I swear to you guys, I seen them draw circles and I went, I just want to be a circle. I want to be a circle with hundreds and thousands of circles underneath me. I get this. This makes total sense to me. Now, what do I got to do? Get excited, edify me, and put people in front of my video. Done. 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 Here's when you know that you don't have faith. And closing statement. I didn't ask, I wonder where I find the people. Where would I find the people? There's 12 million people in LA County. I'm not that smart. I swear to you guys, I'm not. I was living in San Fernando Valley, where Cobra Kai is, Reseda. And I drove all the way down to downtown LA, 2.5 hours. Because my mind said, where are all the people? All the people are downtown. All the people were in 4 blocks around me. But the difference is, it didn't make a difference if I did that action. I got rewarded for that action. First couple of days, I didn't talk to anybody. I was still down there for 16 hours. You guys hearing me? Driving time, preparation time. God, the first 2 days, easily 20 hours I put in this business. Didn't get a number. Gave out nothing one day. Next day, gave out a business card. Like the person's going to get me back. Why is it important to fail? Because I knew that didn't work. The third day I went, damn it, I'm doing it this time. I'm going to do it this time. And I got a couple of people. Why was I excited? I didn't know at that time that people would give me the wrong numbers. I didn't know at that time that I would call them and they wouldn't set an appointment to me. No, I still am looking at how many circles I got to get in there. I don't measure stuff that doesn't matter. So I love and appreciate you guys. Please just do the do. Just do the do. Just do it. You'll get better. Do it. You'll get better. Do it. You'll get better. Fail forward. Who cares what people say about you? What people say about you is none of your business. There's people still saying bad things about me. I got close friends and relatives that still think I go door to door selling makeup. Boggling, isn't it? I could give you names of a couple of cousins that if you called them up, they go, well, Robert probably goes door to door selling makeup. But how did he get that Rolls Royce? How did he get that new Tesla? How did he get that new Escalade? I'm a different person. If someone was making $1 million a year going door to door selling makeup and they would show me how to do it, I'd freaking do it. I'm not prideful. I don't have an ego. I need $1 million. What do? I go door to door selling shampoo. Paul Mitchell, billionaire, sold shampoo out of his trunk. Anyway, I love and appreciate you. I believe that you can do it. Please do me a huge personal favor and share this with those that you know that you think that they're the right person at the right time. They'll watch it. The people that are the wrong people at the wrong time, even if they're in the business, would go, 2 hours? 2 hours? What if I got you 2 hours in front of Elon Musk? You could hate his guts, but I'd be there. You could think he's the stupidest person in the world. Matt sends me, videos of Joe Rogan interviewing Mark Zuckerberg. Some of you want to believe what the world says about Mark Zuckerberg. I watched a 2 or 3 hour podcast because I knew there's two multi-millionaires. No, wait a minute. One's a multi-billionaire. I think there's some stuff that's going to slip out of his mouth. I just do. And when he said, I never believed that Facebook would be what it would be because I believed that Google, I believed that Yahoo, I believed that Microsoft would do what we're doing and take my business away. And Joe Rogan goes, why do you think they didn't? And he goes, I just imagined the board meetings where they all sat around and said, you see what Facebook's doing? Should we do that? And everybody went, that's stupid. He goes, that's why I'm a billionaire today. Because a bunch of billion-dollar companies sat around in a boardroom and said, I think that's stupid. That's his perception. That's his perception. We're just going to do it and do it as fast and as quick and as hard as we can, as long as we can. And we all know that Google decided that they were going to do it. They were going to take out Facebook and call themselves Google Plus. Too late. Harry, can you imagine a billion-dollar company screaming at people, please, Joseph, create a Google Plus account. Tell everybody. Nah, no, thank you. I'm going to Facebook. Talk to you later. Craig, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. Thank you, Matthew, for everything you've done. And talk to you guys soon. You guys want me to keep doing AMAs? Okay, I'll do one next. I'll do one next Saturday. Back to you.
Thanks, everybody. And if you'd like to, go ahead and unmute yourself. And as we say goodbye, have a great week. Be good to yourself. Be cash. And bye-bye. Bless you, Robert. Bless you, Matthew.
Thank you
Bless
very
you,
much.
Robert.
Thank you very
Joining
much.
us.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Matthew, Craig.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Dad, Craig.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy
Matthew.
weekend, everyone.
The author, Kai, Joshua, Gabar, Sarah,
Bye-bye.
Joshua, Mark, John, Joseph, Bill. Hi, Shelly.
See you next time.
I love when Shelly's on here. See you, Michael, Ola. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. Jatu, Peter, Akai,
Yes.
Daniel.
Joyce from Ghana. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. Man, you're a superstar. You guys can't. Joshua's lighting it up, man.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, man. Love you guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye for now.
Have a
Yeah,
great
bye.
weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.